Yes, my review of this movie is finally here, and a lot of you want to know what I think of this film. Well, just a few days ago at my uncle's house, I saw the Lego movie because my cousins own it. So I saw it, I watched it all the way through, and I guess right here, right now, you're anticipating my review of it, right? Now, you must think I love this film, right? I love it. Let me say this. First off, the animation is very good. It's top notch. It really seems like it's added something in a certain way. And it seems like it's clever for what it does. Like, we've seen something like this before, but the film's spin and its own take on it is something new and something clever that I really, really admire. And also, I really like the characters, too. The story for itself seemed very, very simple and very, very straightforward for itself. You know, like, it's for children. We don't expect that much of a story for it, right? Understandable. It needs to be a bit more straightforward for children, and I do admire that for kids. But have something a bit more mentally challenging, okay? Don't just let it be brain candy. At least make it challenge your mind. And I do like, the characters are very fun too. I think the main character, voiced by Chris Pratt, is very, very funny and likable at times. He makes stupid mistakes, but he's still relatable. The other characters are actually pretty fine too, but my favorite is Will Arnett as Batman, and Morgan Freeman as this wise old character, and Will Ferrell as the villain. Like, those three really stole the movie for me. Like, they were funny as hell. They were very good. And they really, really stood out. And, oh man, that song, I forgot what it's called. Like, the song, if you could put down in the comment section down below, I'm feeling that could be this year's Let It Go. Like, that's a great song, and I think it's absolutely great. I loved it. And at times, I think the film is basically nearly is the first half an hour, in my opinion, was probably the weakest. But if anything, that makes the film a bit more understandable because it grows and learns as it goes. Like, the first act wasn't all that strong for me. The second and third act or something different. It's alright, for the first act we have some moments here. It's for the first act, there's one certain writer here. Is for the second and third act, it seems like they got the writers from Toy Story or How to Train Your Dragon came in. It's alright, we're bringing in some magic. Here you go. Here's something that'll hit home for the children and the adults. Same for me, because I love Lego. I have Lego right over there. I'll grab it. You see? I'm in my own spaceship, and that's pretty awesome. Although this hasn't been touched in ages. What's that doing on here? Oh. But see, I love Lego, and I've been a big, die-hard Lego fan since I was a kid. As a movie is, I really damn like it overall. And you know what? I think it has a very fun, clever morals for it, and a great ending for it too. I think it's a very good ending. But unfortunately, this film does have some pretty big problems. Number one, at times the film does seem a bit long-winded. Like, there's moments where it doesn't add up. And there's moments where it really seems like it could have been easily left out. Doesn't add much to the story, and I think it's just a bit of too much of a spectacle for itself. Like, ooh, here's something pretty. I'm like, come on, I understand it's for kids, but put in a little bit more effort. Or put in something at least engaging and adds to the story. Like, there's a reason they left some scenes out in certain movies, and I think that this film has between 6 and 12 things and moments in this film that could easily have been left out. And the first 15 or 20 minutes, the comedic moments in the first 15 or 20 minutes of this film weren't really for the whole family. Those jokes were mainly for children only. And I'm like, alright, try to evolve your jokes, and it does. But the first 15 or 20 minutes of the film, of their own comedic moments, weren't all that strong. And, yeah, that's basically my problems with the film. But aside from that, I do think overall this is a really fun, clever, good movie. Yeah, problems here and there. It's long-winded. It doesn't really. There's moments where it can be easily cut, and it does seem a bit too odd and left out at times. And at certain parts, it seems like there's certain people who there are certain writers in this film who wanted to put in their own certain thing, and it kind of does show. Is like this isn't one like a singular. It wasn't seem like a single team. They're going on this. It seemed like a multiple of teams, like five people here, 5 people here. It seems like a bit too scattered for the writing at times. I thought it was a bit too distracting. Like this wasn't a real collab movie, like where everyone could just come together and really make something genuine. It's like no, people are like, I want to put in something this and this and this. It's like it's a bit too distracting, but you know, I do think it's very heartwarming. And while I don't think it is as charming or as highly memorable, I'm gonna say it very lightly, because I do think it's a very fun and memorable movie. I just don't think it's as iconic or memorable movie, let's say, as How to Train Your Dragon or How to Train Your Dragon 2 or even the Toy Story movies. If anything, I think of the modern films, this is probably on the same level as like Tangled or even Frozen, where it's very, very good, but I don't think it. Actually, I'll take Frozen. I'll take Tangled on that, and I'll put this on the same level as Frozen, where I think it's very good, but it does have some problems with it. It's not like really, really great, like how I thought it was like Toy Story 3 or How to Train Your Dragon 2. Like, no, it wasn't that it wasn't that high of a standard in comparison. Where I thought, but I'm just comparing it for myself. Anyone, for a person like me who loves Lego to death, I thought it was a really fun movie. Overall, I will give this movie an 83%. It does have its big problems in here and there, but overall it's a very good, well done, and seem like a very good movie for kids, and pretty much the whole family for a whole matter. So everyone, I hope you take my review of this movie into consideration if you think it's seen this film or not. Until next video, everyone, I will see you in the next video, and remember, stay strong. Goodbye.